Good morning, guys. Today we're going to be reviewing the Asus ROG Strix Impact 2 Electropunk version. This is one of my I loved this mouse as soon as I got it. This is criminally underrated right now. Yeah, let's get into the shape first. It's an egg shape, but it's a lot less eggy than other egg shapes. On like the egg meter, I would put the Cox CM600 first, then the G203, then the Impact 2. The main thing it has in common is how the sides curve inwards towards the base. They don't curve in as much in the front or the back. It does in the back, but not as much in the front. It's got a rear hump, so it's pretty good for claw grip. It's a medium size, so it really works for most hands, even in fingertip, at least on my hands. No comfort grooves on the clicks, which is unfortunate, but I understand why they did that. They're trying to make a pretty safe egg shape, kind of. Not really egg shape, but you know what I'm saying. As for the coating, the sides are standard ABS plastic. It is they do have like ridges on them for grip. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, there's like lines going down on the sides for grip. The clicks are smooth and grippy no matter how sweaty you are. They just grip normally. They're very smooth, very pleasant to touch. The rear, however, this part is it's like kind of chalky. It never attracted sweat for me, and it was never a problem for me when I rested my palm on it, but it did feel weird to touch at first. It's got, I don't know, it's not the best texture, but it's not horrible either. You won't have a problem with it probably. All right, so the buttons are Asus's in-house clicks. I think they're rated for like 70 million. They're mechanical. They're kind of Omron level snappiness, so like the pressure you have to make to actuate them, but they still feel heavier than Omron's, which makes them awkward to spam. There's a slightly audible creak in my left click. Hold on, let me put it. It's not on the right click, so it's probably just a defect. Scroll is a little bit loud, but it's pretty nice to use. The scroll click, it kind of leans to the right. It leans a little bit to the right, and when you can like actuate it by going like that to the side. Yeah, you can't do it when you do it from the left, which is awkward, but it's not that big of an issue when you're actually playing games. The side buttons are atrocious. They have atrocious pre-travel and post-travel, both buttons. But they are pretty hard to actuate, which keeps them out of the way. But I mean, they're shitty fucking side clicks. Oh, I almost forgot. These are the mouse 1 and mouse 2 are hot-swappable, which is something I want to see all mouse companies start doing, and I love that. I'm gonna be testing out, I think, GM 4.0 Reds Kale switches. I'll try those out first, and then I'll see where I go from there, see if I like those. Something dope is that you don't have to take off and replace the mouse feet every time that you take apart the mouse, because they have these little plastic knobs to protect the screws, I guess, yeah, to cover the screws, and that's how you take apart the mouse, which is dope as fuck. And this is like a standard thing for Asus mice, which I love. So the build is very solid, very good. This is G203 level build, Razer Viper Mini level build. Although it is a little bit heavier, it is about 82 grams, so around the G203 range. The scroll leans a bit to the right, as I said. A little bit of mouse 1 and mouse 2 post-travel, no pre-travel though. You can see that. Oh, I almost forgot a click test. Left click, right click, middle click, scroll. Side buttons. So these skates are actually black. I'm pretty sure they're just Teflon feet. I think somewhere on their site it says ptfe, but these are Teflon feet. But somehow they're actually decent. Like, they actually glide pretty good and consistently. Like, I actually enjoy this. This may look slow on camera, but this is like average on like core pads. Like, if I would compare these, they would be pretty similar to core pads. I'm pretty sure they're actually rounded edges, which is what makes them so good. I would say no need to replace them, obviously, since you don't have to take them off to like take apart the mouse. But if you do replace them, I'd recommend MX518 the old MX518 Hyperglides, since those are like the only ones that are small enough to fit on these like small spaces right here. You won't have problems here. I know for a fact that IntelliMouse feet will not work. All right, last off we have the cable, which is a shitty fucking rubber cable, which is lame as hell, especially since you're paying $50 for this mouse. Black Teflon feet and a shitty rubber cable that drags against any mouse pad is unfortunate, and even the stress relief isn't that good. It's not raised or anything. It actually declines, which is lame. And there's no aftermarket stress release, like 3D printed stress release out there right now, because this isn't a very common mouse. So you'll have to get like a shrink wrap if you decide to get a paracord, which I would recommend on this mouse. Is this a G203 killer? No, because the G203 is still way cheaper than this, and you'll be saving a lot of money like upgrading it. But this is definitely a contender for a G203 killer if the G203 ever gets raised in price, I guess. If it goes up to like 40, like I would consider this, because you can hot swap it. The feet aren't bad. The clicks are pretty decent. It's a nice shape. It's a little bit safer than the G203, obviously. And I would say the only real need to upgrade is the cable. Another downside of this mouse is in the software, I noticed that the lowest you can get the click latency down to is 12 milliseconds, which is like insane. Like that's way too high. I really hope Asus can lower that, hopefully. Maybe that's to protect their clicks from double clicking, but yeah, I really hope Asus changes that in software and enables something like 4 or even just like 6 milliseconds, because 12 is kind of absurd. But yeah, that's my review of the Impact 2. I hope you guys enjoyed, and like, comment, subscribe, interact with this video, follow me on Twitter. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.